Welcome to the deep dive. We're jumping right in today looking at something you shared with us, an article from 10mosttoday.com.
Mm-hmm.
It's called 10 Most Dangerous Products Found in School.
Right. And it sounds maybe a bit dramatic, but when you look closer,
Exactly. You think school, you think learning, safety generally. But our mission here is to unpack the data behind these everyday items, things that seem totally harmless,
yeah,
but they actually add up to a surprising number of injuries every year.
it's quite eye-opening. The source covers a real mix: playground stuff, classroom supplies.
It does. So we're not just going to list them off. We really want to explore why they're risky, what the numbers actually tell us. Let's get into it.
Sounds good. It really challenges assumptions, doesn't it? Seeing these common objects linked to so many injuries, it definitely made me rethink things.
Me too. Okay, number one on their list, the top cause, playground equipment.
Not hugely surprising, maybe,
Yeah.
but the number.
It's big. An average of 60,008 injuries per year, just from playground equipment.
Wow, 60,000.
Yeah. And the article notes something from the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission,
Mm-hmm.
that girls actually sustain more injuries on playgrounds than boys.
Oh, that is interesting. I wonder why that might be.
Right. Does it relate to, like, different play styles?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe equipment design? It's not immediately obvious.
No, it really isn't. You'd need to dig into the CPSC's detailed data, I suppose. See what kinds of falls or impacts are happening. Fascinating, though.
Definitely. Okay, let's move inside the school building. Number 2 on the list. Carpets,
Carpets. Okay, that one is a bit more surprising.
isn't it? But think about it, 26,758 injuries annually on average.
And how? Just tripping.
Pretty much. Tripping, slipping, falling. The basic stuff. The article just says, be cautious moving around.
Which is fair, but it also makes you think, well, what about the carpets? Are they old, worn, loose? Is it rugs versus fitted carpets?
Good point. Maintenance could be a huge factor, beyond just kids running around.
Or even the type of carpet pile in high-traffic hallways. There could be more to it.
For sure. Okay, sticking with surfaces. Stairs.
Ah, yes. We've all probably had a near miss or a tumble on stairs at some point.
Totally. And in schools, it's common enough to cause an average of 24,482 injuries a year.
And these aren't always minor scrapes, are they? The potential for fractures, even head injuries.
Yep.
It's serious.
Definitely. The advice again is the standard. Take them slowly. Be careful.
Which, again, is fine advice, but with that many injuries, are the stairs themselves always designed well? Consistent step height, good handrails.
Especially in older buildings, maybe.
Could be. And what about congestion, like between classes? Does that contribute? Maybe managing the flow could help somehow.
Yeah, more proactive than just saying be careful. Okay, this next one really caught my eye. Doors.
School doors.
Yep. Averaging 13,402 injuries a year.
Huh. How are doors causing that many injuries?
Well, the article points out many school doors are really heavy. For fire safety, those fire-rated doors.
Ah, right. They need to be substantial.
But that weight means they can slam shut hard. And it specifically mentions the risk to kids' fingers.
Ouch. Yeah, I can see that. Little fingers getting caught. Are there things like soft close mechanisms or better doorstops that could prevent that?
You'd hope so. Or maybe just more awareness about how heavy those doors can be, especially for younger kids.
Good point. Simple object, significant risk. Okay, what's next?
Classroom furniture. Chairs and couches.
Okay.
Linked to about 10,669 injuries per year.
And the main reason there?
Mostly kids rocking back, leaning too far.
Uh,
The chair breaks or tips.
right. The classic leaning back on two legs.
Exactly. And the article suggestion is basically teach kids to sit properly.
Which is, well, easier said than done sometimes, isn't it? It also makes you wonder about the furniture design.
How so?
Well, is it built to withstand typical kid behavior? Expecting perfect posture all day might be unrealistic. Maybe more robust designs or even different seating options that allow a bit of movement safely.
That's a great angle. Designing for reality, not just for ideal posture. Okay, prepare yourself for this one.
Uh-oh.
Pencils and pens.
No, really?
Yes. Everyday writing tools. Average. 5,786 injuries per year.
How on earth? What kind of injuries? Accidental pokes.
The article doesn't specify, which kind of leaves you wondering. Accidental jabs in crowded spaces. Maybe tripping while holding one. Misuse.
Wow. That just shows anything can be a hazard in the wrong circumstances, even a pencil.
Definitely makes you think. Okay, next.
Fences.
School fences.
Yeah.
Like perimeter fences.
Yeah. Average 3,318 injuries annually. And the main cause seems to be kids climbing them.
Ah, okay. That makes more sense. Climbing injuries.
Right. And the article points out the danger of sharp or pointed edges on some fences. The advice is just tell kids to stay off.
Which is necessary, but kids like to climb.
Yeah.
Maybe it's also about making them less climbable or providing safe alternatives like proper climbing frames in playgrounds.
Good point. Redirecting that impulse. And maintenance, too. Fixing those sharp edges.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Crucial. Okay, shifting gears a bit, bicycles.
Right. So this is more about getting to school.
Exactly. The article notes they're eco-friendly, which is great, but also average 3,123 injuries a year related to school.
And I assume the advice is about safety gear.
Yep. Helmet, reflective gear, pads, lights the works.
Makes sense. It brings up the school's role, too, though. Promoting safe cycling, maybe providing good bike racks, working with the community on safe roads.
It's a shared responsibility, for sure, not just on the individual kid.
Agreed.
Nearly there. Number 9 is chemicals.
Okay, like in science labs or cleaning supplies.
Both and more. Cleaning products, paint, fertilizer for grounds, a whole range. Around 2,688 injuries per year.
That really highlights the need for super strict storage and handling protocols, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Who has access? How are they stored? Is ventilation adequate when they're used? Staff training?
All critical safety layers that most people probably don't even think about day to day.
Exactly. Okay, last one, number 10, scissors.
Ah, the classroom classic.
Yep. Simple tool, but still causes an average of 2,049 injuries each year.
Still over 2,000 injuries, it's quite something, even with safety scissors often used for younger kids.
It makes you wonder, could designs be even safer? Rounded tips are common, but maybe more. And just constant reminders about safe use and handling.
Basic supervision and clear rules are key there, definitely.
So that's the list. When you look at it all together, it's kind of startling, isn't it?
It really is.
We started with playgrounds, over 60,000 injuries, ended with scissors, still over 2,000. These ordinary school items add up to a lot of harm.
Yeah, the sheer volume is surprising. We've touched on playground gear, carpets, stairs, those heavy doors, chairs, pencils, fences, bikes, chemicals, and scissors.
What stands out, I think, is how many are things you just wouldn't necessarily flag as dangerous. Carpets, doors, chairs.
Exactly. Playground equipment, maybe stairs, you intuitively get there's a risk. But the others really show you need to look critically at everyday environments. Hazards can be hidden in plain sight.
Absolutely. Well said. And thinking about all this, it makes me wonder, and maybe this is something for our listeners to think about too. What's one thing in your own environment, home, work, wherever, that seems totally harmless, but maybe after hearing this warrants a second look? Could this dive into school risks make us all a bit more aware of potential hazards lurking around us every day?
That's a really good takeaway thought. Applying that awareness more broadly,